Yo, it's MartydudeVR, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, we have a situation. So I know a lot of you guys know that I do PSVR2 reviews and sometimes dabble into PCVR, but this is a PCVR review with a PSVR2. So I use a PSVR2 on PC, and I just had a lot of fun with this game, not gonna lie. So if you came here looking for a pure PSVR2 review, sorry, not this time. Kind of trying to switch things up from time to time on the channel. Please stick with me if you will. I appreciate it. But today we're talking about Arizona Sunshine Remake for PCVR. Now, I played every game in this series on PCVR, and honestly, I just kind of want to keep up the trend. But before we get into the review, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, because a lot of you guys don't do that for some reason. I don't know what's up with you guys. We just hit 5K. Thank you guys for the support. Let's get to 6K and upwards to 10K. That's what we're trying to get to. But with all that being said, let's get into the review. I'm not gonna lie, guys, Arizona Sunshine Remake might be one of the best remakes I've seen for a older VR game in a while. And genuinely, it may be one of my best VR games of all this year. This game is so fun, and I just want you guys to experience it like I did. The main selling point of this game, to me personally, is just the combat. The combat is S tier in terms of zombie combat in VR, and Vertigo Games really did their thing on this one. But before we get into all that, I do want to talk about the story. Now, we know that in most zombie games, the story is basically non-existent. Like, most zombie games outside of like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, or this is in our Walking Dead series, most people don't give a damn about the story. And honestly, this game is no different. Now, there are a little bit of heart-wrenching, heart-tugging parts in the story, because the main character, there's a lot of loneliness in this game. The whole story is you basically trying to find other people, because obviously after the apocalypse happened and zombies everywhere, a lot of people died and turned into zombies. So the main character probably hasn't had human interaction with another speaking person in a long time, and it shows. I mean, it even gets to the point where he's calling all the zombies Freddy's, which is deranged, but it is what it is. I don't blame him. So basically, the whole story is you trying to find people that aren't Freddy's. And I must admit, the story is mad forgettable. Like, when I went back through and played this game, I was forgetting parts of the story because I just couldn't remember it, because it didn't really stick with me the first time. But as we all know, that's not really where Arizona Sunshine really even shines, no pun intended. There's two main things I want to focus on for this review, and it is the combat and the graphics. The combat is what we're gonna focus on first, and it is amazing. This is like probably like some of the funnest VR combat that I've experienced in a long time. It is so satisfying, because I mean, the guns feel amazing. Like, they feel weighty, they feel responsive, easy to reload, and it's just a really good time. I was genuinely surprised by how good the guns were, because I did play Arizona Sunshine 2, and they've improved from there. So Vertigo Games did it. I mean, there were certain points in the game where I genuinely felt like John Wick. Man, I was over there, I'm over here moving back, throwing grenades. I'm like, yeah. But it's like, it's fun. It's genuinely fun. You know what? Just to show you guys what I'm talking about, here's a little montage of, me having my escapades with zombies.
My way, so, I'm gonna have to kill y'all. Sorry. Alrighty then, let's check out the motel.
See, like I told you, it looks fun, right? It looks like it's worth the money. And honestly, if you're on PSVR2, PC, or Quest, if you can upgrade, I would say do it. Another thing I want to talk about in terms of combat is the melee combat. The melee combat is very important to me in a zombie VR game, and Arizona Sunshine personally, to me, has probably the most satisfying VR zombie combat out of all the VR zombie games. Now, a real close second would be Walking Dead Saints and Sinners because of how just impactful and realistic it is. But in terms of satisfying, I'm cutting through hordes of zombies by myself or with friends, Arizona Sunshine is undefeated. So yeah, the combat is real dynamic. I mean, it really makes you forget about the kind of sluggish story you got going on and you focus on what you're really there for, which is killing zombies. So it genuinely feels like an improvement over the second game in terms of combat. And even they give you options in the menu to offset weapons and just make it customized for you. Now let's talk about the graphical update they did, which honestly makes the game look so much better. Looks like an actual new gen VR game that we all like, and even rivals Arizona Sunshine 2. Looking around all the environments was really cool because it kept a lot of the original art style, but added shadows and all these other fun things to make the game look cooler. So yes, is it an upgrade from the original game? Yes, definitely, by far, most definitely, yes. There's also co-op in the game. So if you want to play with a friend, you can do that. There's also a horde mode you can play, which basically is round by round. Kind of like COD Zombies, but not fully, because I mean, you can't build up windows, stuff like that. But there are plenty of levels for you to play through from the, main story. And it's just a genuine fun, good time. Personally, I couldn't play the co-op because I didn't feel like scheduling with my other content creator friends. Do all that, I'm a loner, quite honest with you, and busy. So I couldn't play the co-op, but what I heard from other content creators that is really good and that you should probably do it when you get the game. They also added the DLC in the game. So there's 2 DLCs for Arizona Sunshine Remake, and the voice acting in both of them are really good. Now, I didn't play through it because I wanted to take my time with it, but they are there for your enjoyment. Another thing I want to know is the sound design. The sound design of this game is phenomenal. You can really hear directionally where zombies are coming from. The guns sound amazing. You actually hear the weight of the melee combat, and it's a genuine good piece of sound design. I feel like a lot of zombie games kind of miss that mark on really good, genuine sound design in games, and Arizona Sunshine Remake does it. Honestly, guys, it's gonna be a shorter review, but I have nothing really bad to say about the game. Like, they give you all the customization options, all the comfort options, great zombie combat. It stays faithful to the original game that came out a long time ago. So I know that was a pretty big chore to port it over. So I have nothing bad to say. I genuinely think this game would be good on PSVR2, PC VR, or even Quest. But before we end this review, I must ask you to go to VRrock.com, get you some prescription lenses for any of the VR headsets. Use code MartydudeVR for 10% off. Help me help you save some money. I mean, you shouldn't have to pay more for something that you can't control. Make sure you guys stay tuned on the channel because I have a lot of crazy announcements and partnerships coming up. I even got Quest 3S content coming soon, so if you're looking for that, you know where to come to because I got you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I never lie on this channel, and I think we built that relationship to this point where you can believe me when I say that. With that being said, this is me, MartydudeVR, and remember, I'm just a dude with a VR headset. Peace.